Look, having come back to work cross-party and support this mission, I support quite a lot of what the government's doing, and I think the framework is right. I'd call them pillars, not buckets. But I do have some concerns 2 years in, and I think it's our job to really start to raise them. One of them is the vulnerability of our universities, which I want to talk about. To declare interest, Chair, I advise the Quantum Biology Foundation, the UK charity promoting quantum biology, the Pioneer Group, with their global fundraising for UK clusters, and Fergan Ventures, a quantum fund, and I do some pro bono work for other UK ventures. I wanted to ask about universities. You will know, you've said, announced, made very clear that they are the jewels in the crown of our innovation economy, of our science economy. And not just Oxford, Cambridge and the Golden Triangle, but around the country, Sheffield in advanced manufacturing, Lincoln in agri-tech, Norwich, Liverpool in Leicester, Strathclyde, Newcastle. Yes. And one of my concerns is that the department's become very AI focused. It feels very London focused. And I think some of those regional clusters are feeling a bit left behind. But I wanted to ask about the economic vulnerability. Our universities, many of them have become very dependent on overseas research money to supplement tuition fees, which are really not adequate. And a lot of that, there's been a lot of China dependence built into that. And quite a lot of the universities now are running big deficits. Emran will know the numbers. I'm told it's 42% today, but 80% are on track to run deficits. So I wanted to ask about how confident you are that our top universities aren't being held back by a funding model that doesn't really allow them to be elite global universities, and how vulnerable are the other 20, 30 key universities really are. They're not insured by government. I think traditionally there was understanding that government would underwrite them when 7% went to university. They're not. Can you give them some reassurance that, us some reassurance that these are secure jewels in the UK crown? Surprised to discover that the university portfolio had been taken out of it. Back in the day with William Waldegrave and David Sainsbury, David Willits, it was always linked. Can I ask, how many, is there a coherent structure for DCIT and DFE? Do you meet with the Secretary of State to talk about this? Does the Science Minister and the Universities Minister meet? Is there a structure for that, or is it ad hoc? Can I just, in the 2 minutes I've got left, just switch to the social sciences, the humanities and the arts, which you might be surprised as a card-carrying science advocate, but I came to see how vital they are, and of course the creative industries is actually bigger than AI at the moment for the UK. It's huge, and as a trade envoy you see the power of those industries, and the government's done a lot. The Creative Industries Sector Plan, Clusters and Growth Fund. We've heard from some universities that's all great, but the core funding for the core institutions in the creative industries, that's being reduced for the commercial work. Now, that goes back to the three pillars, and it may be that's the right thing to do. But can I ask you just to comment on how we maintain excellence in the creative industries at university level, whilst also supporting the growth and the geodiplomacy? The complaint we've heard, just to share with you, is universities saying in the UKRI pillar allocations, there's more going into creative industries, innovation and commercial, but the goose that lays the golden egg is the core undergraduate and graduate that research work. And when we get the data that you've kindly undertaken to work on for our Flying Blind report on the allocation of money, this will be an area where I think that we'll be looking for some reassurance. Thank you, Chair.